Hi, I'm Jo Devon, co-founder of the Positive Living Skills Initiative. Welcome to this program overview and tour of the PLS Primary School Wellbeing Program. During this presentation, you'll learn what the Positive Living Skills Initiative is and why we created the PLS Primary School Wellbeing Program. You'll learn what's included with the lifetime licence to the program. You'll learn how PLS is being implemented in different settings. You'll see a tour of all the key features of the program, and you'll learn how to get started with the PLS wellbeing approach. So the Positive Living Skills programs equip educators with curriculum map resources that help young people build and maintain essential skills for mental wellbeing, help make educators' jobs easier, and support you to stay inspired and engaged, and help schools to strengthen connections with children and families. The PLS initiative includes the PLS Early Childhood Wellbeing Platform and the Positive Living Skills Primary School Wellbeing Program. Both programs are evidence-based via our research partnership with Charles Sturt University. Our programs are accredited and available on Beyond Blue's BU Programs Directory, and the programs feature on various state education department quality assured program panels. The PLS Primary School Wellbeing Program is supporting schools to achieve their strategic wellbeing goals and can be integrated with other approaches and programs. It supports them to meet their curriculum outcomes for English, the arts, PDHPE or HPE, personal and social capability, critical and creative thinking, ethical understanding, and more. PLS is supporting, or at times acts as, a school's approach to positive behaviour for learning, or PBL, and supports the respectful relationships approach. It also boosts educator capacity and strengthens family partnerships. So here are the key program features. So there's 216 individually prepared and resourced learning experiences, and they cover 12 concepts that go from foundation to year 6 levels. There's more than 30 audios, there's videos, animations, posters, songs, puppet, happy highlight clickers, and more. There's assessment and extension resources, scope and sequence options, educator wellbeing focused PD, professional development, and that's an on-demand series. And there's Family Link, free membership to our Family Link portal for your families and communities. So all resources stand alone and are flexible. So shortly, I'll give you a helicopter ride through all the resources. Then if you have any questions, once you've seen this video, you can reach out to us and we'd love to chat further about how PLS and these resources can help you reach your goals. So you can see on the right there are 12 boxes, and that's 12 concepts that are covered in the Positive Living Skills approach. So there are 6 core concepts that cover from foundation to year 6, and they are highlights, feelings, focus, relaxation, cooperation, and self-esteem. Then there are an additional 6 concepts that are specifically designed to support students in years 3 to 6. So that's appreciation, communication, choice, solutions, leadership, and potential. So you might be able to see the lesson names on this slide, but you can also access the unit and lesson outline from our website as well. Smaller and larger schools are really loving the PLS program. So many smaller schools might have 2 classrooms broken into, say, F to 2 and 3 to 6. So this program gives them up to a 4-year repeatable scope, depending on their strategic wellbeing approach. And some networks of schools whose students sometimes meet and who are both implementing PLS are arranging for students to work together sometimes. There are also small schools who have 1 room who present the 6 core concepts and juggle the learning levels to meet the needs of the students and the learning environment. Larger schools either run this as a structured approach over 8 terms, which is repeatable, or they can provide it to their educators as a pool of extra resources. We provide some suggested scope and sequence ideas for the structured approach. And it's really important to note that there's no requirement for schools to run this as a structured program. They do achieve wonderful outcomes when schools do this. They can present it at assembly and all the teachers and classrooms can follow on together with the learning content at the same pace. But that's not necessary to get value from this program. We want this to be easy, to add value to schools, not add any more work to educators. All we ask is that you use it if you invest in it, and you give us feedback via some short online surveys when we send them. We also have a growing number of specialist support classes who have a high proportion of students impacted by complex trauma, abuse, neglect, family violence, autism, and mental health conditions. The PLS resources are expanding the toolkits used in these specialist learning environments and can be applied with all ages and developmental levels, and complement other approaches or act as a universal grounding approach to more specific interventions. Also, if a school has a foundation to or K to 12 cohort, we highly recommend you consider adapting or implementing a range of the year 5 to 6 content or resources with the older age groups. So when a school moves forward with the PLS Primary School Wellbeing Program, they receive a welcome pack in the mail that contains the full program resources on USB flash drive for you to upload to your school server and share with all your educators. And you receive a welcome kit with the posters, highlight clickers, and more. Then we suggest you get your team together and run a 1-hour session where you can watch the onboarding and tour videos that are included on the USB, or educators can watch it when it suits them at their own pace. We acknowledge you as teaching professionals who have a lot of competing priorities. So we want this to be something that's easy for you to get started with. Then we're available to support you as you get started and start embedding the resources into your approach. What we wanted to do was share something that was useful, that doesn't take a lot of extra time to get your head around, where no one from the school has to attend any intensive training. It's at your fingertips, it's based on common sense themes, and it's evidence-based. It just gives you a common language, knowing that you're teaching preventative mental health and resilience in a simplistic, universal, and inclusive way, and you can integrate it with your other wellbeing approaches that you might be implementing. So now it's time for the program tour. So I'm going to stop sharing here. And I'm going to minimize, oh, hang on. And I'm going to minimize that. And I'm going to share again. This is what you might cut out, Evie. And then I'm going to go to this screen. Okay, so here we are at the resources. So this is how your USB might look when you get it. I mean, you might not have this view. You can have it in list view, or you can have it in, I just wanted to show the large folders. So you can see here there are 10 folders. So this contains everything. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you every piece of content in here, but you're going to get a very good overview of what's included. So when you open up introduction, you'll see there's concept videos on each of the 12 concepts. You can see these on our website as well. There's a welcome video from us, from Christina, who looks after our primary school stakeholders. There's the tour video I was talking about earlier, and the onboarding video. They're the two we recommend you and your team watch, and then you're pretty much ready to get started. There's an introductory document, there's a 12-unit lesson outline, and there's a couple of PowerPoint presentations if you do want to present some presentations with your team. They're scripted, or with your families or P&C. Then we get to planning, mapping, and assessment. So here's where you'll find delivery options. So you can see in there, if I open that up, you can see that there's a delivery options overview. I just might open that up. So you can see there we've got some ideas for options for year 1 and 2 repeatable, up to on option 2B. So that's for 2-year programs as well. But there's up to a 4-year repeatable program, and we can give you some more scope and sequence ideas if you'd like to receive them. Then you'll see New South Wales syllabus outcomes. All of our learning experiences are mapped to the New South Wales syllabus. There's a 27-page document showing you how that's been done. That's mapped to the most recent New South Wales syllabus. Then the planning and assessment matrix. So here's a 37-page document. We worked with a curriculum expert who helped us map all of our learning experiences to a planning and assessment process. So for example, I'm scrolling through here. I'm at the feelings unit now, and I'm at the year 1 to 2 level. And you can see all the lesson names down here on the left-hand side. Next to those, you can see learning intentions, success criteria, I can statements, assessment ideas, both formative and summative, PDHPE links and outcomes. Then you can see general capability links, And you can also see additional links or extension resources there with links that you might want to explore further. So that's provided for every learning level for every PLS concept. So that's quite a comprehensive document that might assist you and your team. And there's also a student checklist template. So you might use this document to help assess as an assessment template for your students against their progress with the positive living skills approach. So it's based on a traffic light approach, red, yellow, green, and that's just a sample which you may find useful. There's a strategic wellbeing template. There's how PBL and PLS matches up in a matrix, and there's an introduction from Sapna, who we worked with on this curriculum content. Third folder, teacher resources. So here you're going to find 12 detailed teacher resource sheets. I'm going to open one of them up. This is relaxation. You can see here, this is about a 8-page document. It goes into all the background about our concepts, and it just gives you more underpinning research, additional reading if you're looking for that. These aren't necessary for you to look at before you get started with the platform or the program, rather. It's just something if you're interested in doing more and finding more references regarding the work that we've done and what's underpinning the program approach, you can look at those. And they're provided for all 12 concepts. All their learning experience content is also provided as units of work. So if I'm a year 3 teacher and I want to teach the concept of focus, I could come straight here and have a look at this information. You can see what the approach is for that piece of content. You can see the curriculum references for the whole unit. And then you can see, and the Australian teaching standards, we've mapped these to as well. And also all of the individual lessons. And then you can also see the resources that go with those as well. So this is all in one like print file for you also. So that's really convenient for a lot of schools. So I'll just come out of there. And there's a reflection lesson template, which helps you if you want to extend the learning. There's a resilience teacher resource that maps all of our content into the work that Dr. Rick Hansen has done on resilience and the 12 strengths of resilience. So this might be really helpful for you. And it links that work into our 12 concepts and where you would find within the PLS program the content in relation to that. Then we get to the program lessons or learning experiences. So these 2 folders here, they're the main folders that you're going to access as an educator. The other information is additional and you might come to it, but the main place you're going to stay focused in is this. So I'm just going to open, so this is units 1 to 6. So these are the core units that cover foundation to year 6. I'm just going to go to relaxation. I'm going to years 1 and 2, and I'm going to look at quiet your mind. So I'll show you 2 of the lessons. And you can see here in every folder, everything you need for that lesson is here. So there's the lesson page, there's the mapping to the curriculum, and then there's any resources that go with it. So for example, this one here, you can see the unit objective, the year level objective, the lesson objective, etc. This is how they're each set out. Every lesson is designed to be 15 minutes in length for you to deliver as an educator. Now that's designed to make it easy, to make it brain break sort of material, although a lot of schools, a lot of teachers are taking longer, maybe 30 minutes or more, or extending the whole learning because of the value that the children are getting, the students are getting, the connections that are deepening between the students and the educators, and it's just proving to be so valuable. But they're definitely designed to be delivered in 15 minutes. So you can see here, you would just, there's really clear instructions for how to get started and how to actually, there's facilitation questions and so forth. And then you've got options to actually extend the learning if you'd like to as well. Then this particular lesson, it's mapped to English, health and phys ed, personal and social capability, literacy, critical and creative thinking, ethical understanding, and intercultural understanding. So there's all the curriculum mapping there. Then this one has an audio. So you can see this one is Star Trek. So it's about a space voyage guided visualization audio. So the children go on a bit of a voyage. You can show this visual while they do that if you'd like to, if they're peeking. And then there's a script. So with every learning experience, there's an option that you could actually have a script there so if you'd like to narrate it yourself, or for some reason the audio isn't working. So that's Quiet Your Mind, and you can see there's extension links there, and they're all the different learning experiences in that level of that unit. So now I'll come out of there and I'll come into unit 7 to 12. So remember, this is the content specifically for years 3 to 6. I'll go to solutions, I'll go to years 3 to 4, and I'll go to dealing with challenges. So you can see here, you've got a lesson page again, mapping to the curriculum, a resource, and a poster. So this particular lesson is about dealing with challenges, as it mentions. You can see the introduction here, what's included. Then you just follow along in terms of, there's examples in there. You can put your own spin and twist and signature on this, but this is just here. If you're not thinking of anything else, you can just follow along and you'd have everything that you need. So then the POWER resource is there with this one. I'll just show you the mapping first. So this one's mapped to English, health and phys ed, personal and social capability, literacy, critical creative thinking, ethical understanding, intercultural understanding. The POW principle. So that's about what's my problem, what are my options, what are my alternatives, and how do I weigh those up? And when the solutions unit gets to years 5 and 6, it extends to POWER, which adds on evaluation and review to those concepts. So you can see there's a couple of the learning experiences. There's 216 of them. So there's a lot, and you can even adapt different levels to, you could go to content from year 5 to 6 and adapt it down to year 3 to 4, for example, or vice versa. Then we've got information on Possible. So here's a mascot character for Foundation to Year 2, and it's just got introduction to him, how you work with the puppet, and a video around that, and how he works in to support you and your classes. So then there's families. So there's family newsletters. So for each of these 12 concepts, you've got a newsletter that you can download, send. You can also put things on your website, introduces the concept to families. So you can play along at home, gives you ideas, practical ideas for how they can implement these concepts at home as well. So that's included for everyone. And the other way that we look at supporting families is we give you some information to invite families to the PLS Family Link, which is a part of our website, and they can join and see samples of the content you're delivering in the classroom at home. So some samples of activities and audios for all age groups. Then we've got professional development. So there's 3 sessions available on self-care, leadership and focus. They're each 90 minutes long. They each have a workbook. If you submit the workbook to us, we will acknowledge you for completing 90 minutes of PLS PD. So you join, you create your own account, and then you can say, submit those workbooks, and your work is just in your own little account. Then the last 2 folders to show you all of the media that's included. So if you just want to go straight to an audio story, you can open this up and you can see all of these stories. So if you like something, if you've delivered something and you want to go back and do it again, you can just come straight here and find it. PLS songs and relaxation audios, they're all there as well. There's songs for every unit. And finally, last but not least, there's animated songs with lyrics as well. So if you want to follow along, that's really great for the earlier age groups. Animations, so we had some animations done with our Possible. So he goes on some adventures there. And PLS posters. So after you get the starter kit, you might want to go here and print out a bunch more posters. There's 15 posters in total, the 12 concepts plus Possible, plus there's 2 for highlights and 2 for feelings for the different age groups. So to conclude this presentation, I just wanted to share that our growing number of primary school stakeholders are really loving the results that they're getting from the Positive Living Skills Initiative. They're seeing more relaxed and focused students and children. The educators are feeling more supported and engaged and connected. And there's strengthening of family connections and relationships. So if this is something you believe could support your school or your approach, follow the prompts on the website to get started to access your school's lifetime license to the Positive Living Skills Wellbeing Program, or reach out to us to learn more. And we look forward to supporting you in your school's journey with positive living skills. And you can reach out and follow us and connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So thanks for watching.